Watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, what just transpired between Papoose and Eazy? The block captain isn't just a mess at street poetry, complete with fists and flushed faces. Papoose finally lost it after months of silence, heartache, betrayal, and that awful hoodie selfie that nobody requested. This time, he didn't come up with a lyric, but rather violence. Papoose saw Eazy slipping at a private function, according to multiple witnesses, and baby, he didn't come to talk it out. He came swinging. There was security, but you know what? 10 years of loyalty, anger, and suffering were all wasted. There are rumors that Eazy tried to hide behind a speaker system, that tables were flipped, and that chains were yanked. The internet is now questioning if Eazy deserved every second of the beating and whether. Papoose had finally reached his breaking point. This fight could have changed everything, so let's dissect it all immediately. Papoose was clearly done playing by the time the cameras began rolling and the whispers became screams. Even though it was intended to be just another business gathering, with soft drinks, low lights, and fake smiles. This drama didn't happen overnight, so let's back up and paint the picture. Yendi Eazy. The internet has been searching for hints, screenshots, and confessions ever since suspicions about Remy Ma and Eazy the block captain started to surface, encircled by rappers, influencers, and half a dozen security officers who arrived too late. What started out as mentoring evolved into midnight sessions before he made the decision to break the quiet. Was more than a man who had been pushed to the limit. Although Papoose first remained silent, not even sending a mysterious tweet, friends close to the family claimed that he was a shadow of his former self. According to one insider, he stopped creating songs, stopped attending events, and even declined a bet anniversary special that was given to him and Remy. He gave her everything, they said, and she it to another guy as if it didn't matter. The block captain, Eazy, has now shown up. Everyone was discussing if Papoose is indeed that composed, whether Remy is cheating or whether he is plotting. When Eazy was on a podcast 2 weeks before the event, it was clear that he was no longer hiding, whether it was ego or infatuation. A straight-faced Eazy responded, "Worry. No, I'm outdoors. If he wants to chat, we can talk. Oh baby, be cautious what you wish for," because the host asked, in joke, "You ever worry about Papoose catching you out somewhere?" He'd heard enough about arrogance and Papoose. Fast forward to that fateful night, a low-key networking event. In Midtown Manhattan, where the room was full of industry leaders, up-and-coming artists, podcast hosts, and a few surprise guests, including Eazy himself. The problem is that Papoose wasn't invited. He wasn't supposed to speak. And he showed up with his eyes locked, wearing an all-black hoodie. One eyewitness, who wished to remain anonymous, said that the tension was palpable the moment he walked. In more cinematic, Eazy was reportedly standing near the back of the venue, laughing and chatting to a small group of fans when Papoose came up. Security immediately noticed and moved over, but it was too late because Papoose swung. Witnesses said the first punch landed clean, taking Eazy completely by surprise, and he stumbled back into a speaker system, knocking over a microphone stand. From there was chaos, and security attempted to intervene, but Papoose refused to back down. As he continued to swing, he grabbed Eazy by the collar with one hand, throwing years of pain with each blow, and one DJ reportedly ducked under table. And in the midst of all the confusion, Papoose himself allegedly said, "You knew what you were doing. You smiled in my face. You knew." Now, let that sit for a second, because that's not a punchline. Funeral speech for trust. They were eventually separated by security, who pulled Papoose back while Eazy staggered to a corner, holding his jaw. He didn't fight back because he felt he deserved it at the time, or at least that's what the internet thought as soon as video of the brawl started to appear online. It was hectic, choppy, and blurry, exactly how viral footage likes to be. Another person hurried in late, purportedly attempting to defuse the incident by shouting, "Stop! Stop! What are you guys doing?" The damage was already done when someone off-camera cried, "Not in front of the label heads." Within an hour, hashtag Papoose scene snaps, hashtag Remy drama, hashtag block captain. Folded memes went viral, including one that showed a mortal combat screen with Papoose winning a perfect victory, and another that featured a simple photoshopped image inside a trash can with the caption, "When bars aren't enough to save your life." However, celebrities started to comment, and Fat Joe gave it a side eye. "Told you, you'll not play with that dude." Fabulous posted an eye emoji on Instagram and said, "Black love got hands now, huh?" The streets were amused, but people knew that this was personal because it wasn't about clout or a publicity stunt. Rather, it was years of public humiliation and embarrassment boiling over in front of an audience that once admired them as the model for love. Even 50 Cent, who never misses a good dragging, reposted the punch with his trademark laughing emojis and wrote, "Now that's a remix." The internet may be consuming it, but insiders say the aftermath is far from over because of what happened next. Oh, we're just getting started. The venue floor was still covered in dust when Remy Ma arrived late, breathless and confused. Let's be clear, cameras captured everything as soon as she entered the chaos. And Remy ran in with her assistant and her trademark demeanor. However, wasn't the Remy we've seen on red carpets or in interviews. Instead, she was a woman who was shaken, panicked, and cornered by a reality she couldn't ignore. According to an individual who spoke to a gossip website, Remy lost it in the hallway. As video of Papoose storming out went viral, the internet wasn't feeling sympathetic. Podcasters and Twitter detectives swarmed in like emotional vultures, and fan reactions were brutal. She was crying not just from embarrassment, but because she realized for the first time that she was the reason happened. During the event, she was heard yelling, "I told you both to stop." In a matter of hours, the following hashtags were trending all over the world. Hashtag Justice for Papoose, hashtag Remy ruined it, hashtag Eazy folded like laundry, and then came the memes. Oh my God, Eazy. Remy photoshopped herself holding a broken crown with the caption, "Queen of what exactly?" Remy sat there letting Eazy discourse Papoose in interviews. This is what she gets. You gave up black love for a man who was folded in less than 30 seconds. This isn't a love triangle, it's a PR disaster. One video shows Papoose leaving in a composed manner while saying the only true one in this entire fucking plot. However, media outlets went into full attack mode, with headlines like Remy Ma's loyalty questioned after Eazy beatdown at industry event. Was this love or just lust? Fans slam Remy Ma for choosing chaos. Cardi B liked a shady tweet that read, "Never clown the man who would have gone to war to protect you." Joe wrote a mysterious message on Instagram that some of you misunderstood. Loyalty always triumphs over lust, even when it comes to Busta. Papoose is a legend, man, Rhymes remarked in an interview. You don't play with a man like that and expect peace forever. So what did Eazy do? In 2025, he ran to Clubhouse to give his side, but few found it helpful. As he joined a panel of bloggers in a room called Let's Talk About the Papoose Thing and tried to explain what happened. But fans say he came off as arrogant rather than humble. I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect to go like that. According to Eazy, I believed that everything was behind us, but he made his decision. He tried to use the word respect, although his lip was still sore from fighting, saying, I had to respect it. She was married. Imagine losing a man who would have taken a bullet for you for someone who can't even block a punch. Read a widely shared tweet criticizing Eazy as immature, disrespectful, and foolish. Less than 24 hours after the event, damage control was in full force, and Remy Ma was preparing her PR comeback as Eazy thrashed on Clubhouse. To make matters worse, one listener asked Eazy if he regretted his relationship with Remy Ma. Eazy paused before responding. No, she was worth the risk. Cue the firestorm, sir. Remy Ma is deeply saddened by the recent events, according to a statement issued by her team. Personal matters should never escalate into public conflict. She is focused on healing and is requesting privacy at this time. The streets are on fire and you are requesting privacy. This is not a family vacation. Rather, it is a public scandal with a body count. Papoose has not tweeted, interviewed, or subtweeted, but a source close to him says that his silence is calculated because he doesn't want to fight fire with fire. He has already said what he needs to say with his hands and is now focused on moving forward. The worst part is that he is reportedly preparing to release a new song. The title might be Closure because that's what this man is giving himself on beat. But legal drama could be on the horizon. A prominent entertainment lawyer on Twitter suggested that Eazy might file assault charges, especially since the attack was caught on camera, but the lawyer added, "Pursuing charges may open the door for public legal discovery, including DMIs, texts, emails, and anything that could become public record." In other words, snitching could open a Pandora's box and make things easier. Eazy is reportedly reconsidering filing charges, not to mention the brand impact. Several insiders claim that Remy Ma has been dropped from 2 upcoming brand deals, a wellness partnership and a podcast series on relationships. It's ironic that one executive reportedly said, "We can't push a message of healing while she's trending for betrayal. That's just optics." As the public slowly returns to Papoose, a remarkable phenomenon is taking place. A loyalty movement is emerging, and TikTok is overflowing with videos that honor Papoose's poetry. Love letters to Remy and Black Love. From a depressed spouse to a hero of the betrayed, he has changed. The caption that went viral said, "Papoose didn't lose a wife. Remy lost a warrior," and mic dropped. Fans are praising his honesty and resilience. Fan edits. The question of where Remy will go from here, however, means that this story isn't quite over yet. She made an effort to play both sides, but now her image is shattered. Her boyfriend is done, her side dude is bruised, and both bridges are on fire. By the time the smoke clears and the Twitter slows down, a new kind of tension has started to build up just when you think things can't get any more chaotic. Tension never materializes. Legal documents that were leaked by a source close to Eazy the Block Captain's team indicate that the rapper is currently formally discussing his options with his legal team. An injunction to prevent future public defamation and potential assault. Charges against Papoose are the objectives, but here's the killer. Even his own people are divided. He is already being referred to as soft. An anonymous insider told a site, if he files, sure, he might win in court, but on the streets, he'll never recover. Filing a lawsuit will destroy what little respect he still has, and the streets have spoken. Let's face it. Let's just say that Team Papoose is winning by a wide margin in each of the comment sections, which serve as battlegrounds. Even people who sympathized with Remy at the beginning of the story are now turning against him. Honor, contempt, and the extent to which one can go before losing it are now the issues, not treachery. But this is where the story becomes more nuanced. Papoose's team discreetly sought a restraining order against Eazy 3 days after the altercation. Papoose reportedly no longer believes the industry would act honestly, which is why he did this. Rather than out of fear, who else could be served, you ask? You're correct, Remy Ma, according to a high-ranking insider. There is significant. The voicemails and call records that have been leaked are worse than anyone could have ever anticipated. So let's just say that Papoose's divorce won't be amicable given what has been revealed. Remy apparently texts simple lines like, "I'm so tired of pretending. You make me feel real again." Fans have uploaded screenshots of Remy saying, "I'm done playing house, but he still thinks we're good. You make me breathe." According to one voice note, Remy whispered, "He's loyal, but I feel trapped. Just wait a little longer. I promise I'm yours." Rumors concerning Papoose's mental state started to circulate, as if the tragedy couldn't get any worse. According to one blog, he was recently seen at a wellness center upstate, which is a calm setting for those recuperating from emotional trauma rather than a hospital or rehab. TikTokers started creating video tributes using old pictures of Papoose, after fans were upset by the headline, "Loyal, Lonely Papoose Seeks Peace in Silence." Once again, Remy Ma's camp tried to alter the story. Her public relations manager reached out to several websites, asking them to shift the discussion back to Rhee's growth and female empowerment. People on the internet said, absolutely not. One person said, you don't get to play victim after building a house of lies and deception. One campaign even included lines like, she's choosing herself after years of emotional suppression. Ma'am, you were just dragged online by half the culture and now you want to hit us with spiritual quotes. Remy then shared a picture with the caption, "Healing in Silence." The comment section was harsh. You should have healed before you cheated. Another empowerment doesn't mean betrayal. You moved in Dims respectfully to sit this one out. Teaser clip. He is shown steadily peering into the camera while writing something by hand in a studio. There is no sound. Caption, there will be. Closure soon. This isn't only a diss track, and it will be painful with Papoose at the pen. The concept was teased by music bloggers, and one insider claims that, in addition to discussing the battle, the song will feature actual voice recordings, dates, and bars that specifically mention Remy. Reportedly, even Rhee's crew is nervous. According to one insider, she has no idea how far he will go, but it's Papoose, the heart, and let's not overlook Eazy, who is allegedly avoiding all public gatherings, canceling engagements, and keeping low. His most recent Instagram story was blank, and his most recent post was removed. Although he's as quiet as a mouse, he also pledged to return to the podcast for the second half of the discussion. The industry is covertly picking sides, and one promoter has disqualified Eazy from the next battle rap competition on the grounds that drama shouldn't interfere with the performance, due to the audience's lack of trust in Remy Ma. Another popular podcast has formally banned him from making guest appearances. And two companies that previously backed Papoose are now tripling the world is now waiting for the fallout from the MP. And we know it to the eps. And we all know I've been exploring that man. And we all know I've been exploring that path. Another popular podcast has formally banned Amit, my bad comdice. And to see we see of the amist of no wild. As we know if we see. As if we know if we see by the amist all. MDA, last chapter of a story that has revealed more than simply romantic problems despite their offers, which cite him as a symbol of resilience. Full circle moment for a man who never asked for this. It has demonstrated the price of treachery, the power of calm, and the strength of a man who remained silent until it was time to speak. Because Papoose ultimately preserved a soul, and that is the real triumph in this perverse world of influence seekers, with ulterior motives and Instagram deceptions. There you have it, a lyrical king compelled to fling hands. A love story that was converted into a public demolition. And a side rapper who got a mouthful of karma instead of just a taste of fame. This story has given us everything: betrayal, heartache, hidden meanings. And now a potential diss track that could kill careers, from Remy Ma's quiet to her easy, inflated ego and face. When you, the actual viewers, saw Monel, we must ask, was Papoose wrong to touch him? Or was Justice Done in Broken Heart a lyrical and deadly song? Did Remy Ma make a mistake by prioritizing attention over sincerity? Is she the decade's biggest homewrecker? We would like to hear your opinions, so please share them in the comments section. Press the subscribe button and enable your alerts to make sure you don't miss the next nasty meltdown, leaked message, or diss tune that blows the internet up. Not only do we report on the drama in the lives of celebrities, but we also set the kettle on fire. Press the like button if you're looking for the authentic stories that other sites are too scared to share. Till the next occasion. Time is still jumbled, trivial, and interconnected.